The allergies that used to control my life, where we lived, when and where we traveled over the first couple of months diminished and soon became a non-issue for me. I also dealt with neck and back pain from being hit by a car when I was 7. And by the time I reached my mid-40s, I was taking medications for that daily just to dull the pain so I could work. And really thought I'd have to deal with that forever since we had tried so many things. But after starting Relive, pain gradually decreased, and by 3 months, it had completely disappeared. About 15 years ago, I injured my knee, and since I'm very active, I needed to wear a brace on my knee because if I didn't, it would give out, and that was very painful. And after getting started on the products, I got all my strength back and could do whatever I want, but several years later, I injured that knee again. And this time I was using crutches to get out of bed in the morning. I would lay in bed and cry at night because it hurt so bad. And added a product for joints and soon saw that pain reduced by 80%. And then a few months later, the capsules came out and I added those. Very surprised a couple months later to realize the pain had completely disappeared. I got all the strength back. Tom, I'm 58 and I feel better than I did in my 30s and 40s. I do whatever I want and I don't hurt, and I've never had that surgery. But the other thing we were praying for, Tom, was an opportunity for time freedom. I was very successful as an auto mechanic, but I didn't have the time to enjoy the money I earned and enjoy my family and the things that were important to me. We had tried a lot of other companies and lost a lot of money, and we soon saw this company was different. That first check was $243, and that got us excited. And we continued to share this around very busy lives, and it's now been over 9.5 years since I've been able to walk away from that stressful job. We knew that if we could make 200, we could make 2,000 or 10,000 or more. We've continued to share, and we have incredible time freedom. And this morning I'm taking care of my grandson, been running around doing things while I have him. The personal growth has just been tremendous. I love that personal growth. We average $3,000 to $4,000 a month. We've had months over $5,000, and several times in a single bonus with Relive, we've made more than all the other bonuses I made in that nearly 12 years with that former company. So we love what we do, Tom. We're more excited today than when we started, so we're in this for life.
Well, I know you are, John, and I love that. I have a granddaughter, and she's coming down this week, and I'm going to take her to Disney World with my wife, Karen. I can't wait. I love the time freedom to do that. You said something, John. You were a skeptic when you started. You're obviously not one now. I know you're getting ready to go on that trip to Mexico with Relive folks. What turned you from being a skeptic to being someone who's passionate about Relive today?
Well, it was the people that we met. You know, people that we could tell cared about us, and the people who introduced us cared about us, and they were not interested in money. They were interested in helping us, and it was those stories that we listened to over time, just story after story of people getting help for things that we were dealing with. Really turned the corner for us.
Well, I hear you, John, and I tell people that all the time, that it's a story business. Listen to the people tell their stories about how the products have helped them, about how this business has changed their lives, and about the growth you were just talking about. And boy, I just love what's going on in your life, John, and thank you so much for being with us.
You bet.
I'm going to go to Wisconsin now, and I've got an ambassador on the line. Can't wait to hear from him. It's Al Hakopian. Al, say your last name for me. I always mess it up. Al
Hakopian. That was good, Tom.
I wasn't too bad. And
No.
you're going to Mexico, too. I know that. But, Al, I've known you for a long time. I love hearing your story. Could you share it with us?
Sure, Tom. We're going to Mexico, and like we went last year, and we just spent the last month in Florida. That wasn't something I thought I'd be doing as a teacher and coach, which I was years ago. And I'm not just a teacher and coach, but an older parent also of 3. We didn't start having kids, and I had my last one when I was 41. We started Relive shortly after that, and we thought we were healthy and we exercised and ate well, but I wasn't tired of practice. I was a head coach in 2 sports, and I wasn't tired in the middle of the afternoon, and that was, I remember, what really grabbed me. And but things got better than that. My I have had 3 different knee surgeries, and today at 68, I can do more than I could when I was in my 40s. My wife, she had different little, tendonitis, nagging things like eczema, and tendonitis bothered her, and she's just, we just spent a month on the beaches of Florida. I look forward to getting her down in Mexico next week because she's in as good a shape as ever and doing as much as ever. We had 3 kids, Tom, who started when they were young, and they simply didn't get sick, and they continue today, to be taking the products at 31, 29, 27 and being healthy. But on the business side of it, we were at a point being able to double my income as a, career teacher and coach, which not only allowed me to retire early, but it paid for our 3 kids' college. And they all went to private schools that were, at that time, right around $30,000 a year. And all 3 of them were able to retire debt-free. And that had a huge effect on their ability to do what they like and what they love doing and to experiment with different things after college. So that wouldn't have happened without Relive, Tom. So both on the health side and on the business side, my being able to retire early and pay for the kids' college has just been priceless for us, and we're grateful every day for Relive.
Well, we're grateful for you too, Al. And I know in talking to you in the past, you always talk about how, Relive helps people improve, the self-improvement, being a better person, growing as a person. Could you touch on that a little bit?
Well, yeah, I think, and I'm not sure if it isn't, Tom. I'd love to, because it's one of my favorite topics, and is just simply feeling good every day allows you, I think, to be more patient and handle and deal with people every day. But I also, really is a place for positive people and for grateful people, and that's what's really helped me. I think as a coach, sometimes I hammer it in too much on the mistakes we were making, and Relive really helped me kind of like emphasize, to not to dwell on that and to emphasize what we were doing well, and it helped me both as a coach and as a parent and as a Relive distributor, helping other people. I think, of course, going on trips like this Mexico trip, we were on the one last year, and it was just the most amazing thing in the world. And even though we just spent the last month in Florida, Jane and I are really excited to leave Thursday to go down to Mexico. Because just to be around a bunch of healthy, positive people, because that rubs off and it has a great effect on us. And so it might be, I guess people say it's a self-improvement plan, disguised as a compensation plan. That's what it's certainly been for us.
I love it, Al, and you're so right. We grow and Relive and become better people. And, when you spend a month in Florida and then you go off to Mexico, that helps with your attitude too, Al.
That's what I was saying, Tom, absolutely. It wasn't something my dad used to tease me as a teacher and coach that I was never going to be able to do something like that, and I wouldn't have been able to without Relive.
Relive has opened so many doors. It gives us all hope, folks. Hope to better health, hope to better wealth, hope to feed the hungry people of the world, hope to grow together and become better people, and that is the Relive way. My next guests are both Presidential Bronze Ambassadors. They are from the great state of California. They are just special, special people. And I have 2 of them on, the Presidential Bronze Ambassador Hubert and Robert Green from Washington, from California. And I'm going to start with Hubert if I can. Hubert, first of all, thank you so much for being on the line with us. And tell me a little bit about what these Relive products have meant to you and your family.
Sure, Tom. Glad to. We are from the San Francisco Bay Area, and it's a pleasure just to be on to share. Our journey started almost 20 years ago, if you can believe it. I had been diagnosed with a degenerative spinal condition as a result of an auto accident and suffered with both neck and back pain, and I had numbness and tingling in my fingers. The doctors that talked about surgery also talked about steroids, which I knew nothing about and didn't want to know anything about. But we went looking for different answers, and it was my wife, Robin, who we'll hear from in a little bit, who really is the one that heard about Relive. I got started on the products, and my overall just well-being was the first thing I probably noticed, just being on the products, just feeling good. Over time, the numbness and tingling on my fingers went away. I was able to regain the mobility in my neck and go back to work, which gave us a lot of, I'll just say it arrested a lot of fears. Just the idea that I might not be able to support my family and the idea of Robin having to have to go back to work. So it really did give me a quality of life that I was able to really share, and I started thinking about people just close to me. So my 14-year-old son was able to get off of all of his asthma medication after being on the product for some time, just didn't need it anymore. And my mom started the products when she was 88 years old and was just dealing with what I thought at the time, Tom, were just normal health issues that everyone suffered with at 88. But since being on the products, she no longer has the migraine headaches that she used to have. She's been able to avoid a knee replacement in one of her knees, and her hands no longer freeze up. In addition to that, the doctor, working with her doctor, has been able to lower the prescription medications to where she's really no longer even taking any right now with her under her doctor's care. And the doctors are amazed. I think the thing that I'm most inspired about what they say is that we don't know what's healthy for a 107-year-old. Mom, on her last birthday, turned to 107, and she'll be 108 this coming up July.
Wow.
So Relive is just giving us quality, and it's why we continue to share and take the product.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And we don't make any health claims about Relive. We've got the greatest nutrition in the world. Our products, most all of them are patented. Many of them go through clinical studies. We make them in our own factory. They are just special, the Rolls Royce of food. And we are what we eat, and we have the best food in the world. And because of that, what an opportunity to go out and help people that you love, you care about, to feel better. And goodness, maybe live longer. I love that. So I'm going to go to your lovely wife, Robin. And Robin, boy, the products didn't let you down. They never do. Tell me about your business.
No, Tom, they don't. These products are phenomenal, and I just like to share. I didn't have any health issues, and I wasn't on any medication, but I took these products for prevention, and that's one of the things that I talk about is just as valuable as the prevention side of it. And here I am 20 years down the road, and still I'm on no medication. My energy level is through the roof. My immune system is strong, and that's what I love to talk about is the fact that of the value of keeping your body healthy. And because we have phenomenal products is why we have a fantastic business. You know, and my husband talked about earlier that, you know, he was diagnosed with a degenerative spinal condition. That was a scary time for me because not too long before he was diagnosed from the doctor, I had quit work to come home to homeschool my children. So we went from a two-income family down to a single-income family. But it was a choice that we made, and we trusted that God was going to, sustain us. And I never knew that this company would help us to address the financial issues because when my husband got sick, my thought was, would I have to go back to work? Would I have to put my kids back in school? But this company, the products are being just so wonderful, the company phenomenal, that we just started sharing with the people that we cared about. And kind of like, what John said, being able to work from our kitchen table was fantastic. And, that first year we earned an average income of $10,000. That was extra income into our home without me having to go out of the home. The second year it doubled to 20. The third year it doubled again to 40,000. In 6 years, our income hit a six-figure income. Our highest income in one calendar month was over $12,000. And that income allowed my husband and I to make choices. That year that our income hit a six-figure, we made that decision to retire my husband from corporate industry because we had matched his six-figure income. And, that was really exciting because we had the income to make that kind of decision. So at the age of 49, we retired him and brought him home, and he's been home ever since. That's been 11 years ago now. And that same year that we hit a six-figure income, we also made another decision, and that was to build a home in Florida where my parents actually stay in that home. Relive has given my husband and I such a quality of life, not only from a health perspective, but also from a financial. We're both full-time entrepreneurs today. We're able to support my 107, soon to be 108 mother-in-law here in California, and also support my parents in Florida. And we could not have done that had we not built a business. For us, Relive has paid us close to $1 million, and we are I'm excited today, Tom, than I was 20 years ago, because literally Relive is on an explosion growth. So I'm excited and charging forward.
Well, Robin, you are extraordinary. You are just an amazing human being. I don't know how else to say it. And Hubert, too. I don't want to keep him out of the picture.
Yes.
Wow, what a good thing to take care of your parents that way. Man, you are awesome. Let me ask you something. April is it's the month of mat schools. I know I'm going to be in Boston on the 15th. Can't wait. I know there'll be a huge crowd there.